Once upon a time, on the edge of the vast savannah, where the acacia trees cast long shadows at sunset, there lived a young boy named Aziz. His name, meaning strong, powerful, respected, beloved, was a promise his father often reminded him of. Aziz, Baba would say, when you walk, walk with purpose, for even the longest journey begins with one step. But Aziz was doubtful. At 12 years old, he didn't think much about traveling far. He spent his days playing a wooden xylophone with his friends and herding goats near the village of Ekunia. Yet, one fateful evening, the elder storyteller, Mama Ndidi, told a tale by the fire that would change everything. There was once a hidden valley. She began, her voice as rich as the earth after rain. A place where the soil turns to gold underfoot, and the rivers whisper secrets to those who listen. But it is guarded by the spirits of the ancestors, and only the one brave enough to begin the journey may find it. Aziz's eyes widened as he listened. The idea of such a place enchanted him, but his heart was heavy with doubt. How could a boy from Ekunia ever reach such a place? The next morning, before the sun had fully risen, Aziz awoke to the sound of Baba sharpening his machete. "Baba," Aziz said hesitantly, "do you believe I could find the hidden valley?" Baba paused, looking deep into his son's eyes. "Aziz," he said, "the journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step, but that first step must be yours." With those words ringing in his ears, Aziz held on to the idea but knew he wasn't ready. Years passed, and he grew into a strong young man of 20. His childhood filled with dreams of the hidden valley and lessons from Baba about resilience and purpose. He often helped the elders, herded goats, and absorbed stories that deepened his curiosity about the world beyond Ekunia. One day, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Aziz decided it was time. He spent the evening preparing carefully, packing roasted nuts, dried bananas, and a gourd of water. That night, he stood near the village wall, sharing his decision with a close friend. Word spread quickly, carried by curious whispers from one hut to the next. By dawn, when Aziz stepped out of his family's compound, the entire village had gathered. Some watched with doubtful eyes, others murmured prayers of protection as he set off on his journey. The first day was harsh. The sun blazed above, and the path was rough and unforgiving. Aziz stumbled often, the weight of his decision pressing down on him. But as night fell, he found shelter under a baobab tree. Looking up at the stars, he remembered Mama Ndidi's stories about the ancestors watching from above. "Guide me," he whispered. On the third day, Aziz reached a dense forest. There, he encountered an old man named Kwame, sitting on a log, carving a calabash. "Where are you headed, young one?" Kwame asked, his voice deep and steady. "To the hidden valley," Aziz replied. Kwame chuckled, his laugh like the rumble of distant thunder. "Many have sought it, few have found it. Why do you believe you can?" Aziz straightened. "Because I have taken the first step." Kwame's smile widened. "Then take this," he said, handing Aziz the calabash. "It will hold water when you find none. And remember, the path reveals itself to the persistent." Days turned into weeks. Aziz crossed rivers, climbed hills, and braved storms. Each challenge tested him, but he remembered Baba's words and pressed on. Along the way, he met others, a hunter who taught him to read the winds, a weaver who showed him how to mend his torn clothes, and a child who shared a song that lifted his spirits. Finally, after what seemed like forever, Aziz reached the edge of a great cliff. Below, bathed in the golden light of dawn, lay the hidden valley. The air was rich with the scent of blooming flowers, and the river's whispers were clear as day. As Aziz stepped into the valley, he realized the journey had been more than a quest for a place. It had been a path to discovering himself. Each step had taught him patience, courage, and resilience. He filled the calabash with water from the Golden River and turned back toward Ekunya, eager to share his story. When he returned, the villagers gathered around him, marveling at his transformation. Aziz smiled and said, "The journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step, but every step teaches you something precious." From that day, Aziz became the new storyteller, weaving his story with others, inspiring the young and old alike. And as he sat by the fire, his voice echoing into the night, the stars above seemed to shine just a little brighter, as if the ancestors themselves were listening. You see, my friends, the lesson we can all take from this is that no matter how daunting a goal may seem, taking the first step with courage and persistence is the key to achieving it. Every challenge along the way is a lesson, shaping you into the person capable of reaching your destination.